Hi, my name is Corey Peterson, and this is Bailey Beauthorpe, and we are going to be talking to you today about Wikipedia. Okay. So, Wikipedia, the online encyclopedia. Okay, so Wikipedia, wiki, actually comes from a Hawaiian word meaning quick, and pedia, coming from encyclopedia. So that's a quick definition, but Wikipedia defines it themselves as a multilingual web-based free content encyclopedia project operated by the Wikimedia Foundation and based on an openly editable model. So the Wikimedia Foundation is actually a non-profit organization from San Francisco. Alright, so here are some wiki facts. It started in 2001, so it's just 12 years old. Started in English, but now it is in 285 languages. And there are over 4 million articles or Wikipedia pages, if you want to call them. And there are over 18 million Wikipedians, which are people who sign up and get an account with Wikipedia. Cute name for them. Now, traditionally, Wikipedia has always been on the computer, but they now have their app for your phone. So it is accessible everywhere. They also have Twitter. Okay, so why, as a marketer, should you use Wikipedia? It's known as an information site more than anything, but it is also a social media site just focusing on information, and it is very popular. You see over 18 million different pages. Also, it's very easy. People like Wikipedia because it's easy. So instead of memorizing your company's full website, you can just put in a Wikipedia and get basic information that tells you what it is right there. Also, we use Google all the time, and anytime you Google anything, you know, the first thing that comes up is their Wikipedia page. Next. All right, it's different. It's a different kind of social media. And Wikipedia being different from an encyclopedia is that it's constantly being created and constantly being updated. And you get to keep track. So let's say you create a page or an event page. So this is the 2011 Rugby World Cup. And so in 2011, in August, it shows you day by day how many times that is visited. So let's say you have a promotional event for your company and you put it on a Wikipedia page, it'll keep track for you how often people are coming to visit, or you can just do it for your own company page. All right, so last question, why not? If cocoa lithosphere, a single-celled algae, has its own Wikipedia page, why doesn't your company? It's super easy to do. And now that you know what Wikipedia is and why it's relevant, Bailey is going to show you how to use it.
Okay, so everybody get on Wikipedia, wikipedia.org. Scroll up to the top and click on the English, and that's going to take you to like a main page. And then up at the top right, click Create Account. Just pretty basic, create a username and password. Email address is optional. Oh, nice. You get emails. Okay, is everybody on there or close to it? Alright, so now I'm just going to tell you some of the features that Wikipedia has and what you can use it for now that you have an account. So we're going to go back to the main page. And maybe you haven't really thought of Wikipedia as a social media. I know I didn't, but even on this first page, it has like different featured articles on this day in different years. A featured list, a featured picture for the day you can kind of look at. It's really just a place to discover and explore what articles are on Wikipedia. And notice that there is no advertising because it is a nonprofit. You're not being bombarded with all these advertisements, which is really nice. Okay, next we're going to go to the sidebar and click on featured content at the top. This is another place to explore. They call this like the best of Wikipedia. So these are pages that have been edited and very polished articles, I guess you could say, or pages, and have had a lot of collaborations with them. So it's just kind of a good place to look and explore what's going on at Wikipedia. The next place we're going to check out is on the top of, over here, the watch list. This is extremely important, especially for marketing purposes. If you can add different Wikipedia pages to your watch list and see who is making edits on them and make sure that all of those edits that are being made are the most credible information. So if your company or product or whatever it was, you would definitely want to make sure that that page was on your watch list so that you could go look at it and see who is editing it and make sure that it is fact-based information and not just random stuff that people are putting on there. Okay, so the next thing we want to go to is down on the sidebar, the Help button. This is the easiest place to learn how to create a new article or page. So kind of on the side right there, I want to create an article. They have something called an article wizard, and that takes you through step by step how to create your own Wikipedia page. They do recommend that you start out just by editing pages before you go right into making an article, just to kind of get the feel for how it works. And then on the side, you can go to About Wikipedia, it's the interaction. And we'll scroll down a little ways. 3.2 has their content criteria. So you can click on that. And that is actually what they require, like their standard for the content that goes onto the Wikipedia page. They want it to be factual and verifiable. You cannot actually put on any of your own research. It has to be something that you can cite. So those are kind of the different criteria that they use. So you have to make sure, and it actually, which I didn't know, Wikipedia has its own like style guide that you can use for your articles. So kind of cool. So now that you kind of know some of the features, we are going to show how to edit a page. So we're going to go to the Southern Utah University page. So as we were kind of scrolling down here, seeing something we could edit, we saw in academics, the College of Science and Engineering just got a new name. So we're just going to add that in there. So we go up to edit, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Go in and add in the Walter Maxwell Gibson College of Science and Engineering. And then you can look at a preview, how it will look, show the changes, or just save it and edit it. And that will take you back to the page, and you notice that now we have edited the SVU page. So really pretty simple to go in and edit pages. And another great thing for marketing purposes is that you can create a hyperlink to, so let's say you had a shoe brand, and on the shoe Wiki article, you wanted to put in a hyperlink for your shoe brand. So you could go in there and add your shoe brand and do a link to it so that then from that shoe page, somebody could click on your link and go to your brand's article or page. So like for example, up here they have the Shakespeare Festival or the Utah Summer Games, which have their own pages. You can go on and it'll take you right to that one. So that's another really great use for marketing. All right, so now back to the main page. As Corey said before, and just to kind of summarize, we've kind of gone through the marketing purposes and how you can use Wikipedia as a social media. And all the way down at the bottom, you want to scroll all the way down. Like she said, the Wikimedia Foundation is a nonprofit organization, and it does a lot more than just Wikipedia. These are all kind of other projects that the Wikimedia Foundation does. And to kind of end it, I bet you didn't know that Wikipedia did this. Wiki Voyage, if you go on here. This is a fairly new page done by the Wikimedia Foundation, but it is a worldwide travel guide that anyone can edit. So if you go somewhere and you've done something, you can add it in. The destination of the month is Disney World. So you can actually go in there, and it's like Wikipedia. You can edit it, add things in, when's the best time to go, what you've done there, all that kind of stuff. So it is really a social media. You can get involved by editing your own pages and looking and discovering what's out there. So yeah, thank you.